So gold keeps breaking all-time highs. It's now trading at $3,646, up about 200% since 2 years ago. Bitcoin is trading at $115,000, up 400 to 500% from 2 years ago. And the question becomes, well, how high can they go? How high can gold and Bitcoin go? Is this going to keep going? What's happening here? And simultaneously, you're seeing articles like this come out saying that foreign central banks now hold more gold than treasuries. And this is for the first time since 1996. So what's happening? Why are central banks buying gold in lieu of US treasuries? Is this the death of the US dollar? What's the reasoning behind that? And is this going to continue? So if you look at the US national debt, and I really love this website, you should, if you're stressed at any time about your investments, about your assets, just go on US Debt Clock and look at the money supply and look at the US debt, and you're going to feel better about holding assets instead of dollars. So the US national debt keeps increasing, and just while we're talking here, you can see how fast it goes by. So there's going to be another million added here just while we're talking. And the US national debt actually is increasing about $1 trillion every 100 days. And it keeps increasing faster and faster. When you have an investment account and you're getting compound interest and it grows faster and faster? Well, this is the other way around. It's when you have debt with interest and it keeps growing faster and faster. US debt to GDP is now almost 124%, which is crazy. And we're not even looking at the money supply here, which is going to continuously increase, especially with interest rates going down next week, expected. So why would you hold a currency that is in a debt spiral in a way, and that isn't looking too good? So this video came out last week. I'd like us to listen to it. It's from Putin's advisor, Kobyakov, and he's saying the United States is going to be using crypto to reduce its $35 trillion debt. Now, the debt is already $37 trillion, okay? So it's a little bit more now. But let's listen to it and discuss it. So I'm actually removing the volume because it's in Russian, and I'm just going to read out what he's saying. So he's saying the United States is now trying to rewrite the rules of the gold and cryptocurrency markets. Remember the size of their debt? 35 trillion. These two sectors, crypto and gold, are essentially alternative to the traditional global currency system. Now, one thing here, they're not alternatives. Gold was the global money system. Originally, it was gold. Fiat, since 1971, unbacked paper dollars are the experiment we're having. The original global system is based on gold. So it's not an alternative. It's the original one, to be honest. And it seems money, fiat, isn't really working here. Washington's actions in this area clearly highlight one of its main goals. And this is true here, what he's going to say. To urgently address the declining trust in the dollar. Because why would you hold a currency that keeps getting devalued, that we keep creating more and more of out of thin air? So he says, as in the 1930s and the 1970s, the US plans to solve its financial problems at the world's expense. Now, why is he saying that? What happened in the 1930s and in the 1970s? Well, 1930s, we got Executive Order 1933, where people living in the United States, citizens, were obliged to give the gold that they had to the Federal Reserve and use paper currency. And a year after that, the Federal Reserve they repriced gold at a different price, at $35 an ounce, basically debasing or taking value from people who were using money because they were too much in debt. And in 1971, there was the Nixon shock when France and other countries who wanted their gold back from the United States and they wanted to exchange their dollars for the gold, where Nixon said, you know what, we're not going to honor that. No, we're not going to give you back the gold. And that's it. So twice the United States has done that before, where they didn't honor their agreement for the money that for the dollars. So is now going to be, or is this going to be a certain time where they get out of their debt by doing something? That's what he's saying here. Let's listen to the rest of it. This time by pushing everyone into the crypto clouds. Over time, once part of the US national debt is placed into stablecoins, Washington will devalue that debt. Put simply, they have a 35 trillion currency debt. They'll move it into the crypto cloud, devalue it, and start from scratch. So what he's saying here is that the United States is highly in debt, and they're going to try to get out of it by using crypto or gold. But he's talking about crypto here. And, you know, it's not a crazy thing to say because even Trump has said that. Let's put this up here.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand him a little crypto check, right? We'll hand him a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you...
Yeah, so wipe out our debt with some Bitcoin. So any nation state has to have reserves that are not in currency. A currency is a form of money that a government or a nation state can issue. It's not money, it's a currency. That's why people say currency. But all central banks need to back up their currency with actual money, something that has value, and people give value to something. Gold has been given value throughout the ages, and now Bitcoin as well. And these two assets are considered as reserve assets now. Now, holding another currency isn't the best asset because it can be debased from the issuing state. So, is Bitcoin and gold going to keep going up? Well, it depends. Is the United States going to be fiscally responsible? Are they going to reduce their spending? Well, no, that's impossible. It's impossible for the United States to stop debasing their currency because regardless of who's in power, Republican or Democrat, it is not good for short term to reduce your spending. It's good. It's the right thing to do for the long run. It's better for the country. It's the only viable solution. It has to be done, but it will never be good in the short run, right? In the short run, it's always better to spend more, but in the long run, it's worse for you. It's like doing drugs. It probably feels good in the short run, but in the long run, it's not good for you. So this is the situation where regardless of who's in power, Trump ran on cutting government spending, and he hasn't cut government spending. Government spending is through the roof. You cannot cut government spending. You will not get reelected if you cut government spending. So the way the political system works, where each party has 4 years, there's just no incentives to cut spending if you want your party to get reelected, even if it's the right thing to do. So it doesn't seem like this is going to happen. It seems like the debt is going to continuously grow. And since the debt is going to continuously grow, the United States is going to have to find a way to get out of that debt. And this is why we're seeing other articles here come out like this, where this is by Forbes, dollar heart attack, 12 trillion Fed crisis predicted to drive Bitcoin to 2 million price. So all eyes are on Bitcoin and gold. So it seems like there is a shift happening, and the global environment is very positive for these assets. Now, I prefer Bitcoin over gold in the long run, but I think, Bitcoin has been created to be gold 2.0 for the digital age. But, right now it looks like gold is being bought up. But if you look at the gold to Bitcoin chart, so BTC XAU, which is Bitcoin to gold, Bitcoin keeps increasing in value relative to gold. So it's going up faster than gold in the long run. Now, in some situations like now where gold went up a lot, then Bitcoin to gold went down a little bit, but not by much. But that's pretty much it. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see Bitcoin go up faster than gold? Do you think we're going to see gold keep going up, or has this trade played out? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.